Peace and blessings, family. This is Sister Kavan with Voluntary Gifts Leadership Training Academy, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about being accountable. In order to teach accountability, we must practice accountability as parents. So, when we say accountability, it has the word count, which means number, which means value, which means attribute. So, whenever we are trying to be accountable, we are making sure that we are doing what we need to do and taking responsibility for our actions, our words, and even our thoughts, because thoughts produce actions. So we want to teach our children to be accountable. Right now, there's a lot of violence in the major cities that's going on in our communities, and a lot of the violence comes from home. Home is where everything begins. This is where we educate our children. This is where we get our instructions. This is where we grow and learn, and home is where we spend the majority of our time. So we want to make sure that we have a household where everyone is accountable. And it starts with parents being accountable for their actions, because believe it or not, what we do greatly affects our children. And sometimes we'll say things like, I wonder where she gets that from, or I wonder where he gets that from. Well, most of the time, whether it's good or bad, because it could be good things. Like if your child is super smart and makes straight A's, you'd be like, yeah, I made straight A's when I was in school. Or, oh yeah, I played in the band, or I was a track star. So therefore, you see your son or daughter excelling in something, and you take the credit for it, because, or it could be another relative, a cousin or uncle or somebody, but we're looking in that bloodline to see, oh, where did this gift come from? Where did this greatness come from? Well, the same thing happens with negative things. When our children say certain things that we don't like, or they engage in behaviors that we don't like, we have to do the same soul searching and say, oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, man, dog, I have a bad attitude. I need to work on that. In the morning when I wake up, I'm a little grouchy, and now you see that your child is a little grouchy too. And it's okay to be accountable and recognize those things that we need to work on, so that we can change and do better and be better people, because that's exactly what we want. We want to be good examples for our children, so that they can be greater as they grow and change and develop. So I just want to encourage us to remember to be accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Make sure that we are being the best example that we can be for our children. Make sure that we're doing the things that are going to help them grow and change in positive ways and impact them positively. We want to do things that's going to encourage them, because as we grow, we want our communities to grow and flourish. We want our communities to be positive places for our people, our children, ourselves, our families to exist. And it starts with each individual person accepting responsibility to do better. So let's challenge ourselves. I'm challenging myself to be better. Let's challenge ourselves, because we have a whole generation of young people that we want to go and do big and better things. So, this was about accountability. I want us to think about that as we continue to strive to stop the violence and increase the peace. Assalamu alaikum.